What's going on with the going on, y'all? We gonna get we gonna get straight to it on this episode right here. We ain't even finna hold no punches up or nothing. So what's going on with the goings on when it's going on, y'all? You feel me? It was another Wimbenyama sighting yesterday. Unfortunately, he did not come out with the win, but there was a Wimbenyama sighting. Shout out to the Oklahoma City Thunder for pulling out the win last night. You know what I'm saying? The game was pretty much back and forth. You feel me? It wasn't too close to the end that they started pulling away, but it seemed like it was big bucket for big bucket. It was almost like game three, I wanna say. They was going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and then somebody just finally pulled away. And that's pretty much how it went last night. Plus, Wembenyama wasn't really playing his bit breath. Oh, excuse my language. Wembenyama wasn't playing his best brand of basketball anyway. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know what he had on his mind, but it definitely wasn't the game. You feel what I'm saying? And it kind of like you could tell it was kind of weighing on him, whatever it was. And he was playing subpar. You feel me? Maybe they came to him and said, "Look, sir, you gonna throw this game. I can win it, Boston." Listen, guess what? This week, you gonna throw this game. So maybe that's what it was. Y'all gotta forgive me. I'm sitting here trying to get this joint together. Got one of these long joints. I hate rolling long joints, but this the last of the mama, so it's gotta be rolled correctly. And I guess that's how I'm gonna end up rolling it. I ain't gonna have no filter. I usually have a filter. I ain't gonna have no filter this time. Might be a little harsh for me. You understand me? But already, yeah, Wembanyama just wasn't himself in the Oklahoma City Thunder game. And it might be why they lost. I mean, if you look at I wrote some stats down, not all of them. If you really look at it, Hartenstein probably the only one that didn't really do his thing. Even Holmgren, even though we probably need you definitely to step it up, sir. You ain't gonna be able to get nothing under 20. I think you're gonna pull out an upset. It's just not gonna happen. As you can see, y'all tried to dummy it down a little bit. You feel me? Because it wasn't nobody really hitting. You know what I'm saying? Like they major shots. Like Shea Butter wasn't going through his mid range and hitting them on a consistent basis. Hungry and wasn't hitting it from the outside. And most of the young guys, most of they bench usually do what they bench usually do. It wasn't really doing nothing this last game. It was kind of just like I said, back and forth. You know what I'm saying? I was going to sleep periodically through the game because it was a little lackluster. But I mean, every game ain't gonna be as impactful as the next one. You feel what I'm saying? So while they really wasn't shooting that well, you gotta figure shit. Champagne on the San Antonio's part of the ball. Shit, he was the only one really hooping. You know what I'm saying? When it came to big buckets and whatnot and what have you. You know what I'm saying? And Castle did his thing, but Castle always do his thing. You know, it could have been probably less turnovers than usual. Fox probably the only one that didn't do his thing. You know what I'm saying? And Wembanyama having he just won. You know what I'm saying? He was settling for a lot of his situation instead of just being aggressive and you know what I'm saying? It's the difference between taking what the defense give you and you actually settling for what the defense give you. You know what I'm saying? So for example, I take this jump shot, but I know I could have got a layup. But I'd rather take this jump shot because it's easier. I can get back to playing D, all this or other type of shit. When I could have been aggressive and made the layup and made them play 24 feet or whatever, so have you. Or I might want to do a whole different scheme with it. You feel what I'm saying? It just wasn't nothing aggressive about the game. You feel what I'm saying? And the Oklahoma City Thunder took advantage of that and got the win. Shout out to them. You know what I'm saying? Shea Butter had 32, but it ain't definitely what he could do. He had 32 points, but his shit, he ain't had no rebounds or assists for real. You know what I'm talking about? Same with the other guys from Oklahoma City. They barely had rebounds and assists. It seemed like, it was just lackadaisical. You know what I'm talking about? But shout out to the Oklahoma City Thunder for pulling out the win. Now let's get into some of this rhetoric and then we're going to get up out of here, my friends. It's kind of slow today. I told you this week was going to be slow anyway. You feel what I'm saying? Ain't nobody. I would like to say this though. Congratulations to everyone. I see y'all slowly starting to get it, huh? You feel me? People starting to. I see that the kids are starting to not find them nothing to do. Now that ain't nothing on the internet, you got to go outside, and make friends, and have a conversation. You know what I'm talking about? People having teen takeovers. Nah, this team find you something to do. You know what I'm talking about? Go out and have a conversation. Let's talk about it. Let's be about it. Let's do something about it. Let's build something. Let's grow something. You know what I'm saying? It's time to get your nails dirty. You feel me? You've been sitting in the house long enough, not doing nothing. It's time to do something. Make something happen. Be happy that you're here. Type of shit. But congratulations to the parents that's making the kids go out and play. Go out and play. What are you waiting on? Don't cut this internet off. Find you something to do. Anyway, I just want to say shout out to y'all. We might have to cut this fan on, y'all. It's hot in here. Yeah, y'all gonna have to forget that noise in the background. You know it's real. I had to turn the heat. It ain't got a little DJ Clue up in this motherfucker. Let's see. Shout out to I know I'm saying the name right. I'm just making sure I pronounce it correctly. Kennedy Washington. Yeah, a young lady from Detroit. You feel what I'm saying? She sent this kid to school on the bus on any other regular day, May 11th, and I guess her son got into an altercation with two other students, and she wasn't even notified of the situation. She just so happened to see it on somebody else's phone. Like this, now this is crazy. Like ain't nobody contacting, but no adults in the room. Forgive me, y'all. You telling me when no adults in the room, when nobody there to say, hey, you guys. Well, I guess it was on the bus. So the bus driver ain't looked through the rear view not one time. And bus drivers, they got the big rear view. So you could see the whole back of the bus. You mean tell me he didn't see what was going on when it was going on in the zone? Stop the bus immediately. Make a phone call. You know what I'm talking about? This should have been drastically handled. You see two children assaulting another child on the bus, that's 2-1. That's automatically turns for something. And for the parent not to even get contacted, That's something crazy between the parent and the actual child too, cause my babies would have been quick to tell me and daddy that somebody put their hands on me on the bus. Cause I'm only like flies on shit. You understand me? You ain't even gonna be able to talk crazy to my kids without me coming. And I know I ain't even capable of doing nothing, but I'm gonna do something. You gonna know I was there for sure. But yeah, shout out to Kennedy Washington. I hope you get the redemption you deserve, man, because you need some Bible information accounted for real. These kids need to get in trouble for their actions and not just go in your room. Feel me? It was another person that shout out to Dion Woodley III. I don't know what's going on with Dion Woodley III, but I guess he graduated. He would have graduated this weekend from Saginaw High. You feel me? Instead, his mom's gonna probably end up burying him this week. You feel me? For misunderstandings. And I don't understand the misunderstanding. Everybody got kudos and understanding about how to significantly take care of these kids, but ain't nobody here to take care of these kids. There's nobody here with their handouts. You feel me? Struggling with them for sure, because that's what it come down to. You knowing where I'm coming from, and let's get there together. It ain't a lot of get there togethers, because a lot of them people just got the fuck on. They ain't bothered to think about the kids or whatnot. They just packed their bags and left. It don't matter who they left behind, as long as they was gone. And sometimes the person you leave behind be the Geppettos. You look up, they running the whole thing. But that's because you left them. They ain't have no choice. You know what I'm talking about? But shit, shout out to Dion though, man. And I hope that even with that young lady, I hope some repercussions come from that situation. I mean, Dion got shot and they ain't even found the assailants. And then the situation with Mrs. Washington, people ain't even speaking up. Like, I mean, this is something that you holding down with your children. So what are you telling your kids? I'm just saying. Shout out to Drake. I guess you hit the Billboard's top 200 charts. You hit the #1 spot, huh? Congratulations to you, young Drake. You know what I'm talking about? Congratulations to you, young good brother. Like I told y'all, this was gonna be relatively short and sweet. You feel what I'm saying? That's what these little skits being. They being a nice little 20-30 ball. I can get in and out of here, and I can go on about my business. You feel me? I've been yearning and wishing for a 30-minute boy, a half an hour. I mean, a 30-minute boy, an hour boy. You know what I'm talking about? One of them long conversations about nothing. It just ain't been going on. You know what I'm talking about? Ain't nothing been going on for it to be going on. And that's kind of good. Ain't nothing going on for it going on. Shout out to James Davis Manning. And I quote, I guess he's a pastor. I don't know what church this is. I guess I'll give more information as the story continues. But this Pastor James, or Mr. Manning, should I say, Mr. Manning said, a woman can't raise no kids. Well, actually said a woman can't raise a man. And I agree with you, Pastor Manny. Can't no woman tell another man what he can and cannot do. You feel me? It's just that's just like for real. A man can't tell a woman what they can and cannot do. You know what I'm saying? You don't meet the qualifications. You know what I'm talking about? It takes another woman to be able to raise a woman, and it takes another man to be able to raise a man. Cause the Pastor Manning, I guess he was having a sermon, and he decided to talk about the black or just the man in general and how they being raised up in these households and they don't know the rights from the wrongs. And as a male and female, you should know exactly what I'm talking about. You feel me? The etiquette for a male, the etiquette for a female. You know what I'm saying? The pros and the cons for a male and female. You know what I'm saying? What you should say, shouldn't say. How it should go, how it shouldn't go. How you should stay or shouldn't you stay. You feel me? Like certain things that a female can say to a female, she can't say to a male. It's just not gonna work out like that. He gonna be confused. We don't need him confused. We need him to know exactly where he coming from and exactly what he doing. And it's hard these days when the males want to act like the females. And he might have another father in his life, but the father in his life was raised by another male that was acting like a female. Of course, he ain't gonna get the right boundaries, because he don't know which ones to cross. I mean, I can go on and on and on and on, because as far as I know, I got heterosexual males. Now, when we get older and the conversation get a little thicker, which I see that's what it's coming to, we'll have that conversation. But for right now, my kid's still young, thank God. Pray to God every day, hey, don't grow up. Because if you did, you wouldn't be a Toys R Us kid for sure. You understand me? So I really, hey, call me what you want. You know what I'm talking about? I don't want my kids to grow up. Because then I got to show them something. And you best be starting something. And you best be starting something. You feel me? Be a tight fight up in here. You know what I mean? I'll be like that Lion Man on my t-shirt. For real. But shout out to Pastor Manning, man. I agree with you wholeheartedly, man. A female definitely can't raise a man. I think we got one more, y'all. We gonna get on up out of here. I told you this was gonna be relatively quick. I love 20 minutes, but we gonna find us something to do. Plus, I need to smoke anyway. You know, talking about some elbow exercises. Oh, what I wanted to say. I mean, I'm gonna be on here Friday and the weekend too. But if I don't get it out, happy Memorial Day. You feel me? I got a lot of vets over the weekend who celebrated Memorial Day. My dad, my uncles, you know what I'm talking about? And I know they lost a lot of friends and a lot of people they probably call family in these tough and difficult times. Memorial Day was never a day for a celebration. It was a day to honor, you know, the fallen people that you lost. And like I said, I just want to thank my parents, my dad, my uncles, you feel me, that took part in that situation. Even though that ain't where I wanted you to be, maybe that's where I needed you to be in order for me to become the man I am. You know what I'm talking about? Sometimes I hate it, you know, because I probably could have, I probably would have been less involved in the street mentality, but at the same time, the world probably wouldn't know about street mentality if I wasn't a part of it. So, you know what I'm talking about? It's a fine edged sword, and you just got to be willing to come through it. You feel me? unscathed, preferably. You can get that mug unscathed, or you win it. You know what I'm talking about? You can't do nothing but win when it come to that. Let's see. Oh yeah, we got one more, and then we can get up out of here. The Rio Grande River in Mexico. It's all dried out, and there's no more rain in this cloud. My sunshine has gone, and I'm all dried out, and there's no more rain in this cloud. So I guess the Rio Grande River in New Mexico is all dried out due to the I guess they had made another data center in Mexico right down the street from a river. And you know, they say that in order to cool down these big massive data call centers, you have to use water to cool them down. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how they pumping the water, how they fueling the water, but you know, you need these massive grades of water in order to cool the computer down, or it will overheat. You know what I'm saying? Probably mass combustion. Ain't no telling what type of radiation it's gonna give off. You feel me? This the data that they don't give you. You feel me? And that they ain't telling you that it take water in order for these machines to continue to be inhabited, because the water cools the machine down. You know what I'm saying? Which keeps it running. What, you thought it was gonna keep running on fire and not combust? And they ain't telling you that you can't rejuvenate that water. It's poisonous. It can kill you. So they can't revitalize nothing. So once they use it, it's just gone. They ain't telling you that. They give you all type of fixed sections for your mind to be cluttered with, so that you don't pay attention to why is all our water evaporating. And then they doing it in all these different countries, so you don't, you know what I'm saying, you don't know that's what's going on. But you wondering why it's being so hot, or it can't rain like it's supposed to. It's raining awkwardly, or whenever it feel like it can get away with it. Because the earth ain't stupid. It's an organism just like everything else. So it's going to adapt. I'm wondering what it's going to adapt to, though. Because water is one of our biggest resources. Water is what keeps us alive. So once the water's gone, then what? You can only, like I said, you can only boil it for so long. It's still chemicals that you don't even account for or get rid of. That's still in it. We just now learning about the whole plastic situation in the last 10 years. That we've been digesting plastic this whole time. Little small particles, but nonetheless. When they able to keep these small secrets from you, ain't no telling what the big secret is. You know what I'm talking about? Whether they be able to tell, you know what I'm saying, can't call you indigenous, can't call you something that somebody else called you. So what do I call you? You feel what I'm saying? You have nothing to be called at the end of the day. I'm talking about people that's got this right here. You feel me? Because ain't no telling what this is. We've been calling it what they needed to be called for thousands of years. What we called it. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't talking about no word that's something made up in the English language. You talking about And if we going back to some more shit you said we speak Swahili. I ain't seen a Swahili speak to another Swahili yet. But you know, I also am staying in a metropolitan city, so I'm probably never gonna see it. But it just goes to show, you feel me? If you really dig a deep dive into it, you can't really ask for something. I'm talking about these reparations, cause I'm about to get up out of here. So I done went all the way down the rabbit hole to the reparations. You can't even ask for it if you was a part of it. I said that on my last video. I say it again. You can't ask for something if you was a part of something. That's like me going to McDonald's and saying, shit, can I get a drink? And they giving me the drink, but they give it to me in that little small ass water cup. I can't be mad, I got a drink. It wasn't the drink I was expecting, but it was a drink nonetheless. So I can't ask for some reparations if I was the cause of getting reparations in the first place. If you know, you know. So at the end of the day, you can't ask for something if you know what I'm saying, you the cause of something. It's kind of hard getting something out of nothing, ain't it? I'm just saying. I'm just stating. But yeah, this is a relatively short video, y'all. If you see the light, you know it's real. And with all that being said, as the old saying goes, the smoke's gone, I'm gone.